I'm Brendan from 3 Acres, and today I just wanted to walk through one of the most simplest things you can do in Shopify, but I continue to get questions about it, is how to add a product to Shopify. What's the best way to add a product? So right now I'm in one of my stores. Um, I'm on the dashboard page, so if you've logged in this far, you're doing great. So the first thing to do is go to products, and then when you're on the product page, up in the top right here, just hit add product. And this will bring you to the product page back end. This is I call this the back end. And what you need to do here is you kind of need to do something. You can see these little boxes. This is how I like to explain it. You sort of need to do something in all of the little boxes going down. And if you do something in all of the little boxes, you can be sort of confident that your product is set up right. So first thing is really simple. We're gonna a title for the product, and then a description. I won't put a full description in here. These two things are super important because if I scroll all the way down, these are what get populated in your search engine listing as well. So you want to make sure that you have something in both these spots. Sometimes when you're using meta fields or when you're using more complicated setups, the description can get left blank, and that's not a great idea. You still want to make sure you have something in the description. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to upload media. I've got some pictures here of my laptop stand, so I'm just going to pick one of those. And you can upload sort of multiple pictures of the item, and this will go into the gallery. The next thing here you can see is this category. This category is relatively new to Shopify, but it's actually super important. And I've run into some issues when the category isn't set properly. And the reason that is because Shopify's taxes will base the taxes on this category. So I had a situation where we were charging event tickets on Shopify and selling from Canada into the US. If it was anything else, you wouldn't have charged the Canadian tax, but because it was an event ticket where they were traveling to Canada to attend, we had to charge the Canadian tax, and the category wasn't sent. So the taxes weren't being charged properly. So it's really important that you set this properly. The reason why it's purple is because Shopify Magic, or Shopify's AI, is jumping in there to try to do this for you, to try to set this properly. So that's what's going on there. Next thing is the price. You want to make sure you have a price in there. If you wanted this to be the sale price, let's say $20 is the sale price and the regular price is $30, you would set it up like this. The next section isn't seen by customers, but let's say this product cost me $10 to make. This will set the margin and will help you with reports later. Shopify has reporting for this kind of thing. The next thing is inventory. If you need to track inventory, you can enable or disable it here. You've got some options on how, when to continue selling this, and you are able to set the inventory quantity for a certain area. If you use barcodes or SKUs to keep track of your product, this is where to do it. This next section is also very important. If it's a physical product that requires shipping and you're using calculated shipping, you're going to want to make sure that you set the weight properly. If you don't set the weight properly here, then it won't calculate properly. Next thing is country of origin. This is a thing these days. You need to know where the product's coming from in case it gets charged sort of a tax or a tariff going in or out of the country. So make sure you set, the country of origin. In my case, these are made in Canada and they're made in Ontario. The next thing is if you have variants, this is where you can add variants. And if I were to add a variant, I don't normally have a variant. This is color. You can add, a bunch of different variants. I won't go into these little selectors that are coming up. These are meta fields for this kind of thing, category meta fields, and we can cover that at a later date. And that's it. There are a few other things here that you might need to worry about, like if you have product meta fields and whatnot, but we won't cover that. The last thing would be to make sure you tag your product, give it a type and a vendor, so that if you've got automatic collections, the product goes to the right place. And when you're done, hit save, and everything will be active and live on the site.